Hey guys, what's up? And I'm back with another episode of How to Get Better at Trials of Osiris. This is episode 2. The first episode was on confidence. This episode is going to be based off something you might not have seen coming, maybe you did see it coming, but radar. Radar is one of the most important things in any shooting game. Like I said before in episode 1, I want these tips to help you with Trials of Osiris, but I want them to also be universal and help you in any shooting game. Almost every shooting game that I've ever played has some form of radar. Now, radar is one of the most important things in any shooter because of how effective it can be if you know how to use it. If you know how to read a radar, you know what's going on around you at all times, pretty much. Uh, Now, on the Destiny radar, it's not one of my favorite radars. I prefer a lot of the Halo radars to it, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty effective, and it lets you know in the general area where somebody is, and if it's flashing and it's not a bright red or dark red, you know they're above or beneath you. So the first thing I would recommend you guys to do is to learn how to read the radar. Learn what the radar means. The green dots are your teammates, clearly. The red is enemy. And like I said, if it's blinking, then that means the enemy is either above or beneath you. Another thing about the Bungie radar is when you first come up on an opponent at the furthest range that it picks up, there's an outline on the circle, a red line. You see that there on this part? That lets me know that they're in within range of engagement. So I slow down, I find a head glitch, and I pre-aim. That is how a lot of people win their gunfights. Is reading the radar, knowing when the enemy's there, and aiming in first to get that first shot. Here we have a 1v3 situation where I rely heavily on the radar to get this clutch. See, there's no one on my radar right now, so I know it's safe to play special. Then I see the outline come up and I know he's engaging. So I immediately turn around and 3-tap. And out of my 3-tap, I see on my radar that it's red all around me, which means someone is right up on me. So I immediately slide forward, slide back with the shotty, and get the kill. Now I'll go back to using my radar to find the last guy, and I see it on him on the radar. The red got closer, so I knew to back up because he was trying to ape me. Now the red gets further away, and I know it's safe to slide in and challenge. I get body shot there, so I disengage, and I rotate back to the orbs to play my life. Now I see the red again, and I know he's in front of me. So I immediately engage, hit a 3-tap, and I also see that this guy is out of range of aping me once again, so I slide back around and with my primary once again. So what the radar really does is it lets you know which weapon and which ability to use. If someone's right up on you and the red's getting closer and closer, then you know pull out a sidearm or a shotty or be prepared to melee. If they're backing up and you see the red going away, then of course that's room for sniping and for primary. So the radar is extremely important, guys. Now the radars are light red if you paid attention, and that lets me know that they're either above or beneath me. And since there's nothing above me on this map, that was the second floor, I knew they were beneath me. So I immediately dove in and went for the double melee because I knew exactly where he was. So because I learned how to read my radar and I knew what flashing red meant, which means once again that he's either above or beneath you, I knew exactly where to go with my attack and got the easy kill. I snuck up on him before he even knew what was coming because I'm a Titan and I move really fast. Now here, I just going for the smash, and now there's a red circle on my radar around me, which basically means that person's right up on you. Also, one thing that I want to mention is that I'm peeking my radar every second or 2 seconds, even when there's red on me, because I'm watching to see if the red's rotating to the right or to the left and where the guy's going. So the biggest tip I can give you about the radar, that this is one of the biggest, best habits that you should pick up in any shooting game, especially Destiny, is to always peek the radar, guys. Right now, I guarantee you that I was peeking this radar every second or 2 seconds. I peek the radar, look, peek the radar, look. You always want to look back at the screen just in case someone pops up in front of you or jumps down erratically off the radar. But always peek the radar. Like I peek the radar after and before every fight. Right here, I kill him and I immediately look at the radar and I know he's there. Boom. It's just when you get into the habit of peeking the radar, guys, it will only benefit you. I promise. Now, I hope this episode was helpful, guys. What you guys need to do, and what I would recommend, is to play Rumble. That is the way. That is the best way to get good at Destiny in any shooter. It will help with your reaction time, your awareness, and especially reading the radar. It will always have you looking at the radar, and that's a habit that you need to get into, guys. Peek the radar every second or 2 seconds. Don't stare at your radar, and don't not stare at your radar. It needs to be a healthy balance of looking there and looking away. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope this episode helped. Some of you may not find it helpful. You may already know this, but radar is the most important, guys. I love you all. Be on the lookout for episode 3.